Well, it's going to be all downhill from here. They all dropped down out of Spinnaker to come and get me in the jam group. I was in the lead after the start, but my 192 perf isn't going to keep me here. It's sunny, it's nice, electronics are working, mast hasn't fallen over yet, and off we go. Okay, this will probably be it. The battery's going to die, I'm sure. So we're approaching the first mark, C, and at the moment I appear to be in, that guy's in Spinnaker, I hope, Coyote, unless he's down in my group, then he's obviously kicking my can. But we're headed for the first mark, and hey, everything's going pretty good. It's a nice day. Well, there's good days, and then there's bad days out on the water. Well, I guess they're all kind of good days, but this is not the best of the good days. We've got a peak tide coming from port to starboard, left to right here. Unfortunately, we just spent a significant amount of time doodling around the first mark, which unfortunately put us from first place with jam boats to last place. That's not a good sign. And they have all taken off and they're down there. They made the mark. I was making negative 1.7 knots, going past that mark back there. There it is. We love that mark, C. And now we're sitting in, oh, it's picking up to 7. We've gotten into a little wind area. It's been at 3. We've been making 2 knots forward progress, and well, maybe we better get cracking here. This could be good stuff. All right, see you, bye. Well, the good news in sailing is there's a 100% chance that the wind will change. You just have to be really patient. Sometimes frustratingly, insanely so. So now we're torquing along in 11.9 true, 15 apparent, heading towards the mark, luckily. That's always a good sign. And we're doing 6, 5.8, 5.9, 6 over ground. Boat speed's about 6.3, 6.6. That's because we're going slightly into the tide, which is coming left to right. So this is a good sign. We're heading a little bit above the mark because we're probably going to drop down like we did at the last mark. I don't know if anybody can see that stuff. So we're heading a little bit north of the mark because we're going to drift slightly to the right as we go. And the Walrus drifts a lot. So I think that's actually one of the Spinnaker boats that's already made F and is heading back towards home. I don't see some of the rest of the fleet. They're probably up around F. And we gotta go get them. And you can't be in trouble here. Can't look like a bunch of dorkers. My crew has been a little frustrated, haven't you? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, well, we're all frustrated. But now we're here, and we're having a lot more fun, thankfully. All right, that's it on the up, though. There they are up there in the fog. All right, well, let's go get them. Had to get on for another update. Hopefully this is working. I'm just sogging along here at 6.6 boat speed, 6.8, which is, you know, the wheels spinning underwater, mainly because of the head tide. So we are somewhat violating the, you know, the hull speed of the boat, but I mean, it doesn't really matter in this case. Speed over ground is good. I mean, 6.5, 6.8. Maybe I can catch these suckers. Ted, glass slipper, Doug, coming for you, buddies. And you got crew. My crew sucks. Speak for yourself. All right, this is what you do when you have no crew. You talk to yourself. Anyway, it's now back to being a great day. Okay. The wind's petering out a little bit down to 10, 11. True. And we're coming up on F, thank goodness. And didn't think we were ever going to get here. We're steering down on her. Got to head a little bit to port because of the rather quick tide out here in, we're only in 68 feet of water. But it's giving us some problems for the old fat walrus. She does not like tide, especially off of one of the beams. So here we are, sailing along. 11 knots of wind. We're doing, we've dropped down significantly out of the 6s into the 5s, or actually now into the 4s. All right, better get back to business here. This is where it gets scary for me. Well, here we are, headed for J, cruising along at 6.3, 6.4 over ground. Got about 14.7 knots of true wind. We've actually been peaking over 7 occasionally, as there's been a couple little puffs, nothing big, maybe 15 or so. But we're going with the tide. The same tide that snaggled us up at sea for a while is now hopefully pushing us slightly east. Hopefully not too slightly east, so we're gonna stay the mark a little bit to starboard and assume that we will drop to the east. And that's what we're doing. I think coming back into the tide is going to be a challenge back to the harbor. Well, we'll see. Worry about that when we get to it. Look, mate, it's a little bit of the in, out. Otherwise known as wing on wing. Doing 6 knots in 15 knots of wind. It's a beautiful sight. My crew doesn't really appreciate it, do you? What's going on here? Where'd everybody go? All right. Obviously, we're getting a little crazy out here. There's where we're headed down there, then we're going over there. Eventually, through the fog. Alrighty. There she is. Wing on wing. It's a classic. My sail guy's not going to like that, though, hitting the spreader up there. See those patches? That's his fault. Bad sail design. Quick update. Here we're coming upon, what is this, J? Down here off of Sound Beach. Fortunately, the wind has dropped to below 10. We're doing about 4 knots. And it's been a little slow going here, getting a little hot out as well. I think it must be up in the 70s, possibly. And a little bit humid, as you can see by the fog. Of course, the wind line continues to stay away from us, and we are always in the crappy wind. So we're going to make the turn and head up that way, I hope. And maybe we'll get there by 3. Came out at 10. All right. That's enough of an update for right now. All right, so we're coming up here on towards the finish. I'm going to do my little Titanic imitation. It's a Leo DiCaprio. Here I am, you know, doing a... Well, I gotta be careful I don't drop this $600 phone in here. So we're headed that way. There's the Miller Place Cliffs. And we're honkering along here. Not great, but we're going pretty good. About 4 or 5 knots. And we'll be getting there in like 40 minutes. So there it is. We're last, but we're gonna finish. All right, so there it is. Got our PFD on, of course. That's so that my name is in here, so that when I fall overboard, they can easily identify my body. And that's for my wife. And that's how we roll. Got our cool squamous cell carcinoma hat, and we're properly outfitted for the day. Long sleeves, SPF. Oh, and our new Akula crew shirts for this year. New vendor, Crew Gear, Annapolis Performance Sailing. Did a very nice job. I like it. See you later. Can you say just make it? Or just make it? Look at this mess. Super dink. Guess I better wrap it up. Getting a little crappy out.